Selena's Xbox 360 red ringed on the day that we were gonna shoot the Fable 3 review, and she's really pissed.
So check back soon for my review of Fable 3. Out of my way.
Selena, what are you doing? No, 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 no!
So, Fable 3. Fable 3 begins with you, a lowly peasant, the descendant of the hero's bloodline. Your older sister is murdered and... What? I have a brother? And he doesn't die 10 minutes into the game? Yeah, right. And the next twist is that I'm nobility.
Now that is hardly the response of a prince. I'm afraid it is time to rise. With your permission, I shall wake your sleeping companion.
Fable 3 takes place 50 years after Fable 2. The game doesn't dilly-dally, and within the first 10 minutes, you are asked to make a hard decision, with no clear right or wrong answer.
Choose me. You can't let them all die.
Teresa, the blind Sirius who should have had her tongue ripped out in the first Fable, shows up and starts droning on about the necessity of a hero to rise up and revolt against an oppressive regime. Yet, revolutionaries cannot win alone.
Yet they cannot triumph alone.
Fable 3 diverges from the previous games, in respects that it is no longer about a vendetta.
I will never forgive you for this.
Okay, fine, but this time you're rebelling against your brother, King Logan. Apparently he's become a douchey dictator. Albion is going through an industrial revolution, and the people aren't pleased that King Logan won't let them eat cake. At least, I think that's the problem. Anyway, he's doing bad stuff, and that's all you need to know.
And those who dare to hope find nothing to hope for.
The Fable series has always boasted about its plethora of options and the ability to be good or evil. Unfortunately, in Fable 3, you're forced to be a good person from the start of the game. For the first time in Fable, the hero is no longer mute, which is refreshing, but disconnects the player from their character, as you may find your character saying and doing things you don't want them to. In order to gain alliances and overthrow your brother, you need to perform good deeds and win people over to your cause.
We're ready to go to war, but why should we follow Logan's kin?
You can trust me. You have my word.
You as a player may be lying to them, but little goody two-shoes over there certainly isn't. What kills me is that the developers bothered to have that floating accept promise bubble when it's the only option you have. Who are they kidding? Press A to promise? No, I don't want to promise, but I have to. So why even ask me in the first place? The real choices you make only happen when you become king, but that comes much later. The game just has too much padding. As I traveled the road to rule, a symbolic path of your progression towards the throne, all I could think was, are we there yet?
Like all heroes, you will face many trials, but you cannot pass through these gates.
Finally, you become king, which you think would stir things up a little, but it doesn't change all. Being the hero means you are, and always will be, Albion's bitch.
Say, would you be so kind as to take a package to a friend for me?
There you are, crown and all, and people are still bugging you to deliver mail and babysit and crap. Seriously, this is supposed to be a time of depression, and guards are still paying you, the king, thousands of gold to go arrest someone 10 feet away. Oh, here he is. Okay, let's go. Come on. Help? Come on, let's go. Come, allez. Bye.
It's going to be so amazing.
Yes, I'm still alive.
What? I have to go slow?
Can I copy a look?
Oh my god.
Ooh.
You've got to be kidding me. I could be playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood right now. The one saving grace is that as king, you will occasionally be called upon to make good on the promises you made during the revolution. And this is when the developer's decision to turn the black or white alignment system into shades of gray is really interesting. Do I increase or decrease security across Albion? Taxes will go down, but crime may go up. In trying to do good, you could lead your country into ruin. You see, in order to save the people of Albion, you need to raise 6.5 million gold in 1 year. Now, when your brother taxed the land to death for 4 years, he raised 300,000. And... wow. We're screwed. The combat is the same mindless button mash fest as ever, but thank God they got rid of the horrendous menu from Fable 2. Now the menu in Fable 3 is integrated into the game itself. When you pause, your character is teleported to their sanctuary. Everything is there physically on mannequins, so if you want to change weapons or armor, you walk up to them and select it. Prostitutes of both genders are relatively common in the seedier parts of Albion, should you be so inclined. You might consider using a condom. It's the only reliable way to avoid contracting the nasty sexually transmitted disease that many people carry. Why is this in the game?
Yep. It may not look like much, but this is where the revolution begins.
A pressing problem in the Fable series is that it's consistent in its flaws but continues to make inconsistent, drastic changes. In an effort to make the game better, the game steps in the wrong direction. The menu evolves, but the RPG elements get stripped away. Constantly changing and introducing new facets doesn't necessarily make the game better, only different. In the end, Fable 3 fails to capitalize on the idea that you are now king or queen of Albion. Yes, you get to make big decisions, but the gameplay remains the same. In the hopes of distinguishing itself, Fable 3 only smothers itself in excessive padding.
We did our jobs, pick up speed, now let's move. The trees can't grow without the sun in their eyes. And we can't live if we're too afraid.